Hey y'all. So the best thing after a shower, like the neck. Wait, I'm not saying that right. I need a tea. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Um, so I wanted to come here really quick and talk about something. Hold on, excuse me. So sometimes I can be like the person that like avoids talking about certain topics, because I never want to like come across rude or offend anybody. But one thing that I learned from Corey is you can be honest. And if your intention is not to offend someone, then if they get offended, when people get offended, it usually has a lot more to do with them than it has to do with you. And he used to tell me this, but I didn't really understand it until I started reading more, because I learned a lot about myself, and a lot of the things that used to offend me were areas within myself that I needed to work on. So I got a message today, and I actually get this a lot. Like, this is one of the things that my family used to say to me when I first got started on my fitness journey. Everybody would tell me like, oh, I wish I had like a husband to support me, or it would be so much easier for me to like go to the gym and work out. If I had a husband, or if I had, if my husband was into fitness, or if my husband liked working out or wanted to get healthy or needed to lose weight or whatever. And a lot of people say this to me, just about Corey and I's relationship and how we go to the gym together and this, that, and the other. But let me tell you something, and Corey will actually be the first person to tell you this. Corey never motivated me. He never encouraged me to go to the gym, to get in shape, to stop eating crazy. Never, not once. He never told me that I should start making my health and my fitness a priority. That was, why would he tell me to stop eating crazy and start eating healthy when he was eating the same way? Like, Corey grew up an athlete, so he liked to go to the gym, but he mainly liked to play basketball, and he would go to the gym so that he could perform and compete at a high level when he played basketball. So it wasn't like he was just super health conscious. He was a jock. He was an athlete. He liked to play sports, but he ate like trash, just like I did. And that caused a lot of problems in the beginning of our relationship, because I was depending on him. I felt like because he was in shape, because he went to the gym and he went to play basketball, that he should be encouraging me and motivating me to go to the gym. I asked him, I was like, why don't you motivate me? Like, why don't you inspire me? Why don't you tell me to go to the gym? And so what he started doing, he told me, you can eat whatever you want. You just need to work out. You need to go hard. You need to go hard. And that used to make me mad, because I was not physically in shape. I could not work out. And then when I started trying to work out, I could walk for like 10 minutes. So I did that. I started there and I worked my way up, and I became like a freak in the gym. I wasn't really like that good at it, but I would go to the gym a lot, because he told me if I went to the gym, I could eat whatever I want. And then I was frustrated even more, because I was working out so hard, but I was still fat. So that caused a lot of problems, because I was depending on him to do something that I needed to do for myself. I was holding him accountable for motivating me and supporting me and making me happy. And let me tell you something, you can be in a relationship, and we loved each other. Like, our love was strong, but our relationship was weak. Because a relationship is not just what you can get from another person. It's not you just, you get married, you come with this person, and they're responsible for making you happy, and they're responsible for making you feel good. That's an inside job. And I was missing that for so long, waiting on him to make me happy, waiting on him to encourage me and to motivate me. And he was just complacent. Like, he wasn't growing or trying to get better. And so our relationship was like this. Like, we would have good days and we would have bad days. And we still have good days and bad days. But it's different, you know. I'm no longer like, look, and let me tell you this, like, I know he's not going anywhere, but Corey could leave tomorrow and I would be good because I have worked on myself. Like, would I be sad? Would I be hurt if something happened to our relationship? Of course. He's my best friend and I know he's not going anywhere, but at the same time, my responsibility is me. My responsibility is to make sure that I'm whole, to make sure that I'm taking care of myself, to make sure that I'm on my stuff. Like, back then I wasn't working, so, you know, financially, whatever. But I know today that if something happened, I'm good. And it's a lot of women out here that don't know that. They don't have that. And that's why they feel like they need that support. They feel like they need a man. They feel like they need someone to do this for them and do that for them. And not even necessarily financially, but at the end of the day, you don't need anybody. You came into this world on your own and you're going to leave this world on your own. And when you're good with yourself, when you take care of yourself, when you pour into yourself, relationships add value to your life. You don't depend on them. And in the same hand, when you are in a relationship that is not adding value to your life, you know when it's time to bounce, because you're not going to allow anybody to disrespect you. You're not going to allow anybody to lower the worth that you've set for yourself. And let me just say it like this. It's your job to work on you. And I had to learn that. It's my job to work on me. And maybe if us as women, we spent more time working on ourselves, working on our body, saying good things to ourselves, feeling good about ourselves, we would stop attracting such trashy people into our lives. I've been in some interesting friendship circles and dealt with some interesting relationship habits and patterns, but it was a reflection of me. It was a reflection of what I would allow. It was a reflection of how I treated myself, because at the end of the day, nobody is going to treat you better than you treat you. And I was always kind of like scared to say this for a long time because I didn't want it to like rub anybody the wrong way. But if you ask Corey, he'll tell you. He will tell you that if I hadn't made the decision to work on myself, if I hadn't started to change my habits, and I wasn't in a place where I was like demanding more of him, but I was in a process of becoming more. I was in a process of eliminating excuses from my life. I was in a process of getting it on my own, like getting it, making it happen no matter what. When I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning to go to the gym, he was in a bed sleep. When I was drinking my shakes and eating healthy, he was going to McDonald's and still drinking liquor every night, you know. But if I wouldn't have gone first, if I wouldn't have leveled up, not my expectations for him, but leveled up my expectations from myself, of myself, there's no telling where our lives would be. He would still be a teacher right now. He would still be a teacher right now, barely able to cover the bills, not being able to see his daughters in the morning, taking them to school. So ladies, like, we have power. Like, we are powerful. We are powerful. And when we change, when we elevate ourselves, when we stop BSing, we attract the things that we deserve by becoming more than we are. It's not just because you're beautiful or because you get your hair done or your nails done, like you deserve to be taken care of. No, you need to be able to take care of yourself. And then you start attracting that vibe. Like, level up. It's time to level up and stop making excuses. Stop waiting on somebody to do something for you. Stop waiting on somebody to motivate you. If somebody in your life is not acting right, bye. Get yourself together. When you get yourself together, everything